Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Welcome back to another episode of the Central Ohio Boys Basketball Weekly Recap. I am your man, Coach T, and this is I-70 Entertainment. And let's get to it. Last week, we had that bad storm come through, baby. So it's still snow piled up outside after a week of it snowing. It ain't snowed but a week ago, and there's still a lot of snow. So we had a lot of games canceled. No city league action throughout the week, so they got a lot of games to make up. So no action Tuesday. Wednesday, we did have a big game. We had St. Francis de Sales traveling to Upper Arlington. Both of them are in my top 10 from last week. And we had de Sales, I guess you could call it a minor upset, defeating Upper Arlington 49-47. Now Friday, again, we had Olentangy Orange, this time visiting Dublin Kaufman. Again, two teams in my top 10. And once again, the road team came out victorious. Olentangy Orange defeats Dublin Kaufman by the score of 60-48. We also had a key matchup in the between Columbus Academy and Grandview Heights. Tough game, meant for the top in their division and for first in the division. And Columbus Academy, as they did the first time, defeated Grandview Heights 59-44. That was at Grandview Heights. Man, come on. I'm going to get it right. Now, Saturday had a Cleveland St. schedule, real tough schedule. So you look at the record, like, but they played a lot of good teams and went out west to play some tough competition. Came out to face Westerville North, the defending state Division II state champions. Westerville North is on the heater, man. They're trying to repeat. And I mean, you don't see any drop off any game, man. And they have so many ways to beat you. They lost a tough game off a last, shot within the last 10 seconds, or arguably one of the top teams in the state in Lutheran East. So Westerville North is tough. They defeated Cleveland St. Ignatius 77-59. Also, we had Bishop Hartley traveling to face North Canton Hoover. I think that was in Smithville. And Hartley came out with the victory. They're picking it back up 69-62. Now, the big game from the weekend and the week was you had my third place team, Hilliard Bradley, traveling to my first place in the area, Newark. Tight game throughout. Within under a minute left, Newark had a side out, 5-second call. Hilliard Bradley plays deep. They're not going to do anything else. They are going to defend as a team, individually and collectively as a team. They are going to defend, and that's what they did that last possession, which gave them the last shot of the game with the score tied to 41. Kipton Norris got the putback as the clock expired. Buzzer rang. Hilliard Bradley wins at Newark, 43-41. Told you we had a nice little snowstorm last weekend, so hopefully it'll clear up. But I know we're gonna have a lot of games this week, so stay tuned next week. We're gonna give it to you, man, like we always do. But you know how we do. We had a couple key games go on, so it's a shift in our top tens. Got to bring my guy out. So check this out. Got my guy Steve Blackledge and myself giving our top tens, and also got another treat from Steve coming your way. Check it out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Of course, we got my guy Steve Blackledge with us again. Steve, how we doing, man?
Greetings. How things going? Huge heat wave today, man. 21 degrees.
Absolutely. But it wasn't warm enough to move that snow any. That snow is staying there, man.
Yeah, at least for a while.
Absolutely. Okay, well, let's get right into it, man, because we got a lot to cover today, even though we didn't have many games. Give me your top 10, man. Let's hear
All
it.
right, top 10. I'm going to put Hilliard Bradley on top this week. They beat Newark on Saturday in a buzzer beater, put back at the buzzer by Kipton Norris, and I think their resumes are pretty equal. But given that Bradley beat Newark, I'm going to move Hilliard Bradley to number one, Newark number
Gotcha.
two, Westerville North number three, just as it's been all season. Arguably Westerville North could be in that top three, in that top one or two. They beat St. Ignatius the other night pretty badly on Saturday night, and St. Ignatius is a fine Division One team. So those three stand
Absolutely.
out ahead of the rest, I think. And then for Olentangy, 16-1. Uh, I'm moving Olentangy Orange up to 5. They're red hot. I think they could beat just about anybody right
Mm-hmm.
now, even though they're 10-6. Uh,
Right.
6. I'm moving Afrocentric up there, 13-2. Their only losses were to Newark and Bradley, who were the top two teams in our poll. So uh, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going 7. I'm going towards the CCL. Hartley 7. Waterston 8. DeSales 9. They're all right about the same. They're all 2-1 in the league. Regular season records are roughly the same. So that's the order I'm putting them in for now. And then 10, I'm
Gotcha.
going with Westland, 12-3.
Western.
Westland, and they're two out of their three losses by 1 and 2 points. So, uh, Westerville North took them pretty good, but the other losses, I mean, they've been a really improved team this year. So that's my 10.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. We're pretty. You know, we. I got. I have Westerville North number one.
Okay,
I
can't
mean,
argue with that.
yeah, even with Newark before they lost the game, you could still argue with Westerville North being the best team um, out there. They lost to a tough Lutheran East squad on the last, shot in the last within the last few seconds. Then I got Bradley 2, Newark 3, Olentangy 4, Afrocentric 5. 6, I have Hartley. Orange is 7. Kaufman is 8. DeSales is 9. And then I have Westland 10.
Okay, we're
So
pretty
man, I told
similar.
you I like Westland. And Westland plays Westerville North very soon, I believe this week or next week. So yeah, it's real similar. But like I said, all of these games are gonna shake out because it's I think we got a tough one on Friday. We're gonna talk about between a couple of these teams
Right.
and our top 10.
Now, I
So
haven't seen a lot of makeup dates for these games that were snowed out this past week, but yeah, I looked ahead. Yeah, we've got some pretty good matchups this week.
absolutely, absolutely, yeah. So yeah, let's talk about them, man. Let's talk about Tuesday night.
Tuesday, we got Newark at Pickering and Central. Pick Central's still been flying into the radar. They're 10-4, 7-2. They've
Mm-hmm.
had a long hiatus since the holidays. They haven't really played very much. Uh,
Right,
Westerville North plays at Westland, so we'll see what Westland's made
right.
of in that one. And then Grove City at DeSales will be a pretty good non-league game. Grove City's been hot. They're 11-5, and
Yeah,
they've got a really weird resume. They started 7-1. They lost four straight in an 11-day span, and then now they've won four straight again. So they've been kind of helter skelter, but. DeSales has played a really good schedule, so we'll see how that shakes out.
and they're playing really well now too.
Right, right. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday we got Afrocentric and Walnut Ridge. The rematch there, if I recall, the first game was a really good one, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
I
And
think you told me about that one.
this one is to go to the city.
And
Let's go.
Columbus Academy plays Reedy on Wednesday, and that'll be for first place in the Central Buckeye League. Uh, both Reedy and Academy have lost one game, so
Hmm.
that'll be for the championship, I would imagine.
Right.
Given the Academy beat Grandview on Friday night, knocked Grandview out of that co-share of the lead. So, uh,
Absolutely. Beat him pretty good.
yeah, I went to that game actually. I can tell you about that here shortly if you want.
Yeah.
Friday, the best games that I see are Upper Arlington at Olentangy Orange. It's always a big game in that
Hmm.
OCC Central. Uh, Big
Right.
Walnut plays Westerville North. I think Big
Absolutely.
Walnut's fallen a little bit here since the last couple of weeks, but and DeSales and Watterson, which will be a big, obviously rivalry game and
Huge.
for first place in the CCL.
Huge.
Three-way tie in that league with Hartley, Watterson, DeSales all at 2-1. So that'll be a nice game. And then I see Saturday got Afrocentric playing Gahanna. We've
Hmm.
got Harvest Prep playing Canton McKinley, which is a big step up in division for them, but they play a very
Right.
ambitious schedule. We've got Olentangy at Olentangy Orange,
That's the big one.
which will be an interesting game. That'll be a great test.
That's
And
the
I see
big
we've
one.
got Genoa Christian and Shekinah Christian, which will be two of the better Division Seven teams around. Shekinah is
Okay.
still one of two undefeated teams in Central Ohio right now, 14-0, and
Gotcha.
Fredericktown's the other one at 14-0, and they're in
Okay.
Division Five. Uh, so yeah, that looks like
Okay.
the top ones for me this week. Did I miss any?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. So, like I said, we every week it seems like we have a key game that's going to shake things out a little bit. You know, like you said, this week we have Friday, we got the Sales and Watterson, and Saturday we got Olentangy versus Olentangy Orange. Wednesday we have Afrocentric and Ridge. Everything's going to shake. You know, you always. That's why you don't really worry about the rankings in the beginning because it's a long season and everything has a way of working itself out. So if you are some of the cream, then it doesn't matter where you ranked that in the beginning. You're gonna rise. So
I'm not so sure it
you'll
really
be in
matters a whole
it.
lot to the tournament anyway. I mean, you've got seven divisions
Absolutely.
now, and practically all the good teams are going to make the district championship game. So, yeah, it's all about
That is
it's all about
absolutely
the placement and everything now. It's which region you want to go to and
uh
that sort of thing. So that's what they're
right.
playing for now, in my opinion.
Man,
Did you
I
get to
think
see any games this
this
week,
is
Sean?
this is really no.
Didn't
No,
get out of the
yeah,
house, huh?
no,
O-
not at all.
Okay.
No, no, I really did not, man. I wanted to go last night, but I was not traveling out to Newark. So
I
yeah, but
uh, I went to Grandview on Friday night and saw Columbus Academy Grandview game. Very interesting.
okay.
It was a fairly close game through three quarters, and Academy pulled away in the fourth quarter. They've got a really athletic team. I mean, they broke
Hmm.
Grandview down eventually once they got their dribble penetration and Jason Singleton. He was
He's a
fantastic.
man.
He scored 36 points on Friday night, and
Mm.
the game was only 59-44. So that'll tell you how much he dominated. I mean,
Absolutely.
he was fantastic. They just had no answer for
Yeah.
him at 6'5", playing guard like he is. I mean, he was really had a fantastic game. Grandview's got a couple really good ball players. They've got they've got a couple good ball players, but they just didn't have the athleticism to stay up with Academy. Uh, the thing is with Academy, I mean
Gotcha.
they're a really fine team at 11-4. That Division Five is really strong. That's our strongest division this year in Central Ohio as far as depth for talent. I mean, you look at
Hmm.
Afrocentric, Harvest Prep, Reedy,
Hmm.
Fredericktown, Fairbanks, which is 16-2. Academy right now,
Right.
as of Friday, they were sitting in the sixth seed, and Academy is 11-4 and leading their conference. So, and they were state finalists last year. So that's
See,
that's a really strong division. And
I do
I
not
think
like the way
Grandview,
they speed.
yeah, I like Grandview will be probably a runaway in Division Six. Division Six is terrible this year. No offense to the other teams, but it's
It
it's really
is
pretty.
what it is.
It is. It is. So
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that
Okay.
was so I went out to that game, and my colleague Jared Allray, he went out to see Olentangy Orange game against Kaufman, and he said that Orange got a big lead. Kaufman cut the lead down late in the game to like 3, and then Orange pulled away, and they won by like 14. So they they've
Right.
been hot. They're staying one game behind Bradley in the standings in that OCC Central, and it's pretty much a
And I think
two-team race now.
don't they have one more time to match up?
No, Orange and Kaufman, Orange and oh yeah, Orange and Bradley do have one more time to match up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Orange
That's what I
lost to
thought.
Kaufman
Okay.
the first game of the season. They just avenged that opening season loss. So yeah, they've lost
Right.
2 league games, and they're playing as good as anybody right now. They got it together. I really see them
Mm-hmm.
going a ways in the tournament. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, we talked about this earlier, man. Once these football guys got right and they got their cohesiveness back and the continuity, and we know Kalo knows what he's doing out there. So yeah,
right.
absolutely.
They
Yeah,
don't
so
have
okay.
that many football guys really, but they got a late start because of football. They didn't start, they didn't start till a couple weeks after everyone else. But they've only got a couple football guys that really are impactful
Yeah,
players. But they have a lot of new role players that didn't really do much last year that are kind of finding their footing right now and
right.
helping them gel and everything as a unit.
Right. But Trayton Schrader is the best player they got. So he's def and he's a I didn't know he was that good of a football player also. He's
Oh yeah, he's a
so yeah.
three-time All-State football player. Yeah, he's a sharpshooter. He didn't actually he didn't even make the scoring column very high the other night. I think he was their fourth leading scorer the other night. So they've got a big man, Grant Miller, who's 6'8". He's
Oh
been
yeah.
when he
Yeah.
gets the ball in the paint, he's pretty good. And I think they're a pretty balanced team really. They got 4 guys that usually score between 8 and 14 points. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're a good team. We're going to see more of them.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I'm going to get out
Absolutely.
and check them out against Olentangy on Saturday night. That'll be a good matchup.
Yeah,
The
that should
whole
be a good one.
yep.
All right, Steve, let's give us our give us your top players that you have covered throughout your time covering basketball here in Central Ohio.
Okay, this is going to be tough now. We'll all right. We'll go with the first team here. Man in the middle is Jared Sullinger. 6'9". He was Mr. Basketball 2 times, which nobody else can say. He was a McDonald's co-MVP. Played at Ohio State. Played for the Celtics. He's been currently playing in China. He's my man in the
Mm-hmm.
middle. He may not have been a quote quote spectacular player, but he was very very solid. He was a good fundamental player. He put up the numbers. He played defense. He did it all, and I'd put him in the
Yeah.
middle. Uh,
All you have to do is say Jared Sullinger, man, because in high school, he was the player of the year senior year. He he could do it all, and the best thing about him was he took charges too. So you couldn't really come to the paint. He was either going to block your shot, or if you came out of control, he was going to let you run him over and get the turnover. So he was, oh man, you're the best easily.
well,
My bad, I just
I'll go back to the late '80s, early '90s. Gary Trent. I don't know. The older folks may not have gotten to see him play. He was 6'7" from Hamilton Township, and his final 2 seasons, he was over 30 points a game. He uh, he shot his senior year in high school. He shot 81.8% from the field, which was a national record. He actually didn't get credit for it because we don't play as many games as California, and Bill Walton actually gets credit for the record because they played like 32 games and we only played like 20. So that tells you how
Gotcha.
dominant he was. And then he went on and
Absolutely.
was a 3-time MAC Player of the Year. They call him Shaq of the MAC, and he played 10 years in the NBA. And younger
Yeah.
folks would notice that his son, Gary Jr., has been in the NBA now for several years and is a very impact player in the NBA. So Gary Trent was one of my favorite players. He was very exciting, explosive player, just a terrific ball player. You
Okay.
probably never got to see Gary play, did you?
No, I didn't see. Not in high school.
Uh, Going back again a little ways on my list for of first teamers to be Kenny Gregory from Independence, 6'4". He was a real skywalker. He had a 46-inch vertical leap. I mean, he was he was like the Dr. J of his time. He was Mr. Basketball in 1997. He was the McDonald's All-Star Game MVP. This was a 3-year starter at Kansas, and he played in Europe for 10 years. I mean, he was a great ball player, good guy, helped his team achieve a lot of things. They never got to, I don't think they ever won the district, but they were very successful in the City League play and in Central Ohio.
Right.
So I put him in the first team. Uh,
Okay.
Player number 4, Andrew Lavender from Brookhaven, 5 feet
Okay.
7, and he led Brookhaven to 3 state tournaments in a row. Uh, he played 99 to 2003, and then he ended up playing at Oklahoma and finished his career at Xavier. He was just such a impactful player. I mean, he had some defensive liabilities because of his size, but he just controlled the flow of the game so much with his ball handling and his pressure and
Hmm.
his passing. I mean, he was just very hard to. I mean, he was the face of that team. I think for 4 years that he played there.
Oh, absolutely. And the thing also you say with his size, uh, on defense, he also used that to his advantage because those guys would really be scared to put the ball out in front of him. And he really was the one in this area who, well, that I saw with that. Once you turn your back on him, come from behind and steal it. Oh, he was great, and he was just inducted in the Xavier Hall of Fame this weekend, I believe.
Okay, yeah,
Hmm.
that's awesome. Yeah, my fifth guy on this team might be controversial to some people, but if they don't remember him, but Sean
It's your
Stonebrook from
list.
Westerville North. He was 6 feet 7. He led them to a state championship in '94 and a state Final Four in '95. He uh, he was just an elite defender and shot blocker, and just manned the middle for them. And he was a solid scorer. He played at Ohio State and Ohio U. He left Ohio State, went to Ohio U, and was a standout down there. And played ball in Europe for 12 years. And he now owns a bakery shop in Columbus. So a lot of people know him
Was that right?
in making donuts in Columbus. But this guy was just, I mean, he didn't average like 25 points a game or anything, but he was a great ball player. I mean, great defensive player. He really had an
Right.
impact on the game back in that era
Yeah.
when he played.
Right.
So that's my
Yeah,
first
they won a
team.
state. All
You
right.
might like some of the guys in the second team better, though. I mean, this is the all four of these teams are I think are really good. Heading up my second team at point guard would be Chris Quinn from Dublin Kaufman. Uh,
Okay.
for maybe the truest starting point guard. I've got him right even with Lavender. I mean, he was a really good all around player. He
Hmm.
scored, oh gosh, he scored like 1,800 points, I think, for Kaufman. He's got almost all the school records. Just a great
Right.
all around, fundamentally sound player between 98 and '02. And he was the runner up for Mr. Basketball behind LeBron his senior year.
Yeah. Yeah. He
Uh,
wasn't gonna win that. He wasn't gonna win that.
3-year starter at Notre Dame, played 8 years in the NBA. Has been a 13-year assistant with the Miami Heat. So he's got rings and just he's royalty at Dublin Kaufman. I mean, he was just a
As he
fantastic
should
player.
be. Absolutely. Absolutely. I
Uh,
mean, you can't complain about any of this. Come on. Who you got next?
how about Michael Redd, Columbus West?
Ooh.
One of my favorite
Okay.
players. Really, really good guy on top of it all. He was. Really, if you saw him play in high school, he was a different player than he was when he went to Ohio State. He was a baseline post guy all through high school. He was a little raw. He started late, but he was a real
Hmm.
floater in the lane and really played the baseline and handled the ball well. Uh, at 6 feet 5, and he went
Right.
on to Ohio State and started 3 years, and he became a 3-point shooter at Ohio State. That's what he became known for once he got to Ohio
Right.
State and was a standout there. And that was his calling card in the NBA too, was shooting threes, and he never shot them at all in high school. He was a low post guy and great spin moves. He was a tennis standout, and he used his dexterity in tennis and coordination in tennis to become a great
Right.
great ball player. So he was in that era with Kenny Gregory, and there was just I'd call the golden era of basketball that year, those years between the late
Hmm.
'90s, mid to late '90s. But uh, he's
Gotcha.
obviously he's back in Columbus now after his. Uh, he's done a lot of stuff for our community in Columbus for the West Side. He's
Right.
been a really what's my word, philanthropical guy. He's really given a lot back in the community. So I love
Right.
that guy. He's
Gotcha.
one of my favorite players. Okay, next
Okay.
guy, Esteban Weaver from Hartley and Independence. Many people think he's the best player they've seen in in the years that they've seen him. But he was obviously a legend and off the court legend. He did a lot
Hmm.
in AAU ball. And thing was, he matured when he was like in seventh and eighth grade. He was so much bigger and better than everyone and skilled.
Right.
In seventh and eighth grade, he was like the top rated player in the nation for his age group for like 2 or 3 years. And he got to high school. He did. He was a runner-up for Mr. Basketball. He did lead Hartley to the state tournament one year. He was like 25, 26 points his first 2 years, but then he
Ooh.
left. He went to Maine Central Institute for a year. That didn't work out. Transferred back and went to Independence and actually paired up with Kenny Gregory his senior year, but
Right.
had some problems off the court. He never really panned out in college. Things went awry. He had some issues with coaches and issues off the floor, and that really kind of prohibited him from greatness. But I really felt like his best years were his first couple of years in high school, and then he kind of, I don't know, he kind of hit the wall maybe a little bit, and things just didn't go his way. But he was a spectacular player when he was on his first few years of high
Right.
school. Uh, Also in the second team, I've got Dane Goodwin from Upper Arlington. He was a 6'6" guard, and he was Mr. Basketball in 2018. He scored almost 2,000 points for them in his career. He's the all-time leading scorer at uh, at UA, and he played at Notre Dame and was an impact player at Notre Dame for all 4 years he was there. So I've got Dane Goodwin on
Absolutely.
the second team, and
Gave me
ra-
nightmares.
rounding out the second team with I have Trey Burke from Northland. He was Mr. Basketball in 2011. Northland had a 97-5 record in his 4 seasons at there at Northland, and he
That's
was a
pretty good.
late bloomer, a little bit of a late bloomer. He really kind of came on his junior year. He played on the state championship team when he was a sophomore, I think, and was not, he was one of the background guys then, and he really blossomed and went on and played 2 years at Michigan, was on a national runner-up team. He was a National Player of the Year, and played 9 years in the NBA. So Trey Burke rounds out my
Absolutely.
second team.
Hey, you know what? Let's hey, what we're gonna do, we're gonna leave it right there, and we're gonna come back with the other two next week.
All right, going to
Other two teams next week.
leave people in suspense, right?
Have them coming
See, I,
back.
see, I may change my mind on some of these next week, but between now and next week too.
It is what it is. Yeah, man. So we got Jared Sullinger, Gary Trent, Kenny Gregory, Drew Lab, and Sean Stonerook as the first team.
Correct.
Now okay, man, that's pretty good. Now the thing is, people gonna say Sean, but I'm glad you clarified. And of course, this is your list anyway, so it doesn't matter what people say. But he did so much other than scoring, as well as scoring.
Yeah, he was
And
on. He was on
he
a
let
team
him
that didn't run and gun. He was more of a half court presence. He did run the floor really well, but he was a defensive wizard. I mean, he blocked a lot of shots and was a absolutely elite a rebounder. So
right,
I got to watch him play for 4 years, and he was dynamite back in that era.
right. And that second team those are some names that ring bells around here. Chris Quinn, um, Michael Red, Esteban Weaver, Dane Goodwin, Trey Burke. Dane, all 4 of his years, man. I couldn't wait for him to graduate.
Well,
I,
him and Caleb Weston were playing at the same time, and they were making a lot of news when they played head to head. That place filled up. I went to the game when they played each other their
yeah,
senior year, and that was that was pretty raucous there.
I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. I know when we played Upper Arlington, Dane, yeah, he made it a point. Yeah, he took that I don't know what it was, man. I was about to apologize the last time we played. Like, man, I don't know what I did to you, man. But I'm sorry. Gosh, dog. For real. Yeah, but okay. We gonna save those last two, and also a couple more, another thing, man. We might just give him one. We might give him one one third team next week. But since next week, I think the 14th will be the city championship. I want you to give me a top 3 city championship games. You've already gotten the players list done, so you don't have to do any research. Give me the top
Okay,
3 to 5 city championship games you've covered, man.
I'll have to think about that a little bit. Yeah. You want those
Yeah,
next
yeah.
week, right? Okay, okay. I'll have to
Yes,
think
sir.
about
Yes,
that a
sir.
little bit. There were a lot of really
Yeah,
good ones, and I have to take
I
myself
know
back
it.
to Otterbein. You know when they played at Otterbein all those
Right.
years, and
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. That was my first one, was at Otterbein, and that was, oh, I mean, playing there is different. That was a great experience playing there, man. Especially with it packed out. Woo! That's pretty good, man. Gotta get your
right.
adrenaline flowing. Yeah. But okay, Steve, man, I don't want to take too much more of your time, man. As always, I appreciate your insight. I appreciate you coming on and dropping your knowledge to the people.
Well, I hope you enjoyed your week off from school, and you get back and get that bowling team to the state tournament here this week.
Yes, sir. That's the plan. I
All
appreciate you,
right.
man. Take care. Have a great week.
You too. Take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, greatly appreciate that you stopping by to check us out. Hopefully, we're giving you some material you want to see. If not, let us know how we can do better. But as always, one love, be safe for sure. Them streets is slick, and take care of yourself. Till next week.